Chris, what are you looking at?
I'm just looking at the dark sky.
Oh yes, we think you might be right. Since we're in Canada, we are getting some thunderstorms today, which means it's going to rain.
Alright students, moving on. I will pass out your pre-tests, and you must do it now. Now start writing.
Are you kidding me, Mrs. Vajayakumar? You seriously think we're gonna take a fucking pre-test? Well, let me show you something better.
Chris, watch your language. And please have a seat. She's a teacher, you're a student.
Alright TV, play.
Vajayakumar, you are under arrest for being black. Get inside the police car now because you are going to jail until you change your skin color.
Are you kidding us, Chris?
Did you seriously have to show that in front of the whole class? And how dare you make a video about me getting arrested simply because I'm an African American? That's it. Principal's office. Right now.
Hey! You know for sure you didn't have to send Chris to the principal's office just because he showed a video of you getting arrested for being black.
I agree with Carl. You know you can't do that. And besides, Dylan, Lucas's opponent, suggested him to make a video on his computer.
Carl and Lucy, don't you start with us.
That video was extremely racist and offensive.
That's right. And guess what? He's in trouble as well. But before that, I need to ask you something. Since he's Lucas's opponent, who is he also?
He is Teacher Mandy's student.
Okay, thanks for telling me. I'm now going to let Miss Laurie know about this.
So, let me get this straight, Chris, you are here because you made a video of Mrs. Vajayakumar going to jail for being black, correct?
Correct. Dylan, Lucas's opponent, suggested me to do it. He is also Teacher Mandy's student.
Well, he must understand that video of Mrs. Vajayakumar going to jail for being black is extremely racist and offensive, and you should realize it too.
I agree with Mrs. Jennifer. Dylan should be ashamed of himself. So Chris, I'm going to have to give you a 30-minute detention during the third week of summer school, so you may go back to your seat until you are ready to leave summer school this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. And I'm also going to notify your father about what you did to Mrs. Vajayakumar.
Miss Laurie, what are you doing here?
Mrs. Mandy, I'm here to have a talk with your student. Dylan, Mrs. Sierra called me. She said you suggested Chris to make a video of Mrs. Vajayakumar getting arrested all because she's an African American. Is this true?
Yes, Miss Laurie, I did. I just wanted Chris to do as I tell him.
Dylan, you realize you have got him and yourself into serious trouble. You know that video of Mrs. Vajayakumar going to jail for being black is extremely racist and offensive.
Chris, I received a call from Mrs. Clementine saying that you made a video of Mrs. Vajayakumar getting arrested for being black, since Dylan, Lucas's opponent, also known as Teacher Mandy's student, suggested you to do it. What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm sorry, Dad, but I had to do what Dylan said.
Well, you should remember that video is extremely racist and offensive, so for this, you're grounded for the rest of the week, and your computer will be gone until your grounding time is over, and I know, the power is still out due to the storm we had this morning, so once the power is back on, I will notify your mother about what you did to Mrs. Vajayakumar at summer school. Now go to your room.